Hey guys, DMV SoloRider back with another video. Your eyes are not deceiving you. That is the big old Harley-Davidson demo truck. And we are here at the Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Park, something like that, in Cole Township, Pennsylvania. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. And we are doing some demo rides on the Harley-Davidson Pan America. In particular, the Harley-Davidson Pan America Special you're looking at right here, that has its adaptive ride height feature. Something I've been dying to try since they announced it. As always, I'll put the Pan America specs up on the screen. Check it out. So let's get this demo show on the road. Before we get on with the test ride, I want to show you my position on the bike because it's a tall one. I'm 5 foot 6 inches, 5'7" with 1-inch soles in my boots. I have a 28-inch inseam, so my legs are short, and the Pan America is tall for me for sure. Its rider seat has two positions, low and high. When the adaptive suspension is lowered, the high position is at about 31 inches, and the low position is maybe an inch lower at 30. In this picture, I have the seat in the low position, my right foot is on the peg and the rear brake, and I'm standing up in the seat. It's everything I can do to get my foot flat on the ground. I'll mention that while I'm not uncomfortable riding a bike where I can only get one foot down at a time, I found the Pan America seat to be wide enough and the spongy material it's made out of to create enough friction against my pants that it wasn't super easy to slide back and forth in the seat to switch my foot position. So I basically just kept the bike in gear and used my left foot the whole time. Harley also makes a reduced reach seat that will shave an inch off the stock seat in the low position. Unfortunately, I didn't know that was an option until after my ride, so I didn't get a chance to check it out and see if it would have helped. And here's a picture of my riding position on the bike. As you can see, I'm leaning forward quite a bit. That's not the bike, more about my short arms. Aside from the fact that I'm short, so I had to lean forward a bit, I was very comfortable on the bike once underway. All right, we are about to ride the Harley-Davidson Pan America Special. All right, it's in rain mode. Hope the camera angle is good. Okay, so I have the adaptive suspension on. And just to be clear, oh God, the suspension is so bubbly. Okay, so it's on automatic. All right, so what I was saying is the adaptive suspension is on automatic, so when you come to a stop, it has already lowered. And sitting on the bike with the suspension lowered, I am on my tiptoes. And just getting on the bike, getting it over a bit so that I could get the kickstand up was a little bit of a challenge for my short little legs. They said the bike likes to be revved out 6,000 RPM, shift points is excellent. Wow, brakes are really grippy. That was ugly. We're gonna switch modes. I want road mode. I did not like taking that turn. It's a little ungainly for me. I don't know what the deal is. The riding position for me is I'm leaning very far forward. That's more of a size thing as opposed to their intended fit on the bike. You know, you can put handlebar risers on this and bring it back for more upright seating position. I have yet to put it in sport mode. We're just in, we started off briefly in rain mode, was not crazy about it. We're in road mode now. The engine, it's got plenty of power, as you know from all the videos you've already watched about the Pan America. And it's got good torque, but it's a very different type of torque than, you know, on a bagger, a road glide, a Challenger. It's definitely higher up in the RPMs, and it doesn't have that same powerful feel as a bagger. You know, when you're shifting at 3,000 RPMs, you gun the throttle on the Challenger, you feel it. And this is a little more refined, is what I want to say. The seat is extremely comfortable in this short test ride. It's really cushy, provides good wide support, and my compliments to Harley-Davidson for doing a demo ride where you don't have to follow the leader. They just mark the road with orange arrows and you just turn when you see the arrow. The windshield is in a higher position. It's giving me plenty of protection. I still got plenty of wind on my chest. I have zero buffeting of any kind. So excellent. Sport mode. Oh yeah, that's already instantly better than road mode. I mean, road mode was nice, but the torque on sport mode is a little lower down in the RPMs and a little more immediate, far more of what I'm used to. Mirrors are nice. Get a nice big view behind you. I feel these bumps in the road. I mean, the suspension is soft in the sense that it's not jarring, but you feel everything. And on my Challenger, on this road, you wouldn't be feeling these kind of ripples in the pavement. Oh yeah, in sport mode, you lay off on the throttle, you immediately feel the bike slowing down from engine braking. It was a little less potent in road mode. On the brakes stop for sure. You get a lot of nosedive when you're braking hard. A lot of nosedive. You feel the bike pitching forward. You can see it pitching forward. I don't know if that is specific to an adventure bike, if there's something about the engineering for that kind of riding that makes that useful. No idea. I hope I didn't miss an arrow. So the seat has a little lip behind it where it heads into the pillion. It's really nice, keeps you in position. Sport mode throttle, it's not jerky. I'm not really sensing much of a delay. Nothing, not any more than on an Indian motorcycle, my Challenger, for example. It's a very smooth power delivery. Well, let's look for arrows. I guess I'm going straight. Oh yeah, I like that. I like me some of that. Well, I can tell you right now, the Revolution Max is fantastic. It's got plenty of power. It's got plenty of torque. Delivers are a little higher up than you might be in the rev range than you might be used to on a bagger. And the bike is very nimble and light. Now the suspension it's soft. So on this road there are a lot of like ripples in the pavement and you feel it. It's like the bike wants to skip over them. Whereas on the Challenger or my old Chieftain, it would just crush them. It just bucked me right out of the seat a couple times. That is never a good feeling, man. That suspension is something else. I am standing up to avoid flying out of the seat. Oh, and there, my feet were coming off the pegs in the middle of the air. That's freaking crazy. As far as the curvature of the road, the bike handles it without a problem. The up and down, however, is maddening. Who needs off-roading when you have a road like this? Jeez. Alright, we've got a switchback. 5 miles an hour. You know, I just didn't lean far enough. Every time you see the camera going up, I am standing up on the pegs to keep from flying off the bike. I got all my weight on my hands and they're numb. The transmission is excellent, very smooth. Doesn't feel as substantial as, you know, the transmission on a cruiser, a bagger. Clutch pull is really light, but solid at the same time. Clicks into place without a problem. I have not tried to put it in neutral because I struggle to reach the ground. I basically just kept it in gear. Guys, just never-ending power on this motorcycle. This engine is phenomenal. I mean, this bike will give the FTR a run for its money, for sure. Which makes me really eager to ride the Sportster S. I am a big fan of the Revolution Max. And for roads like this, you know, keeping your RPMs up and shifting at 6,000 feels totally appropriate. I would love to get this bike out on a highway and just do some cruising, you know? How is it at lower RPMs, kind of your typical riding? That's 35, fourth gear, 35 miles an hour. This is when you would typically shift into fourth gear. Well, let's see what kind of power we got. Takes a couple thousand RPMs to get it up there. So on a highway, you know, let's see, fifth gear, 55 miles an hour. We get over this hill, we'll jam on the throttle and see what it would take to get away from a truck, how it would feel. Yeah. Sixth gear, 58. 60, that's usually when I'm just riding the Challenger, I'll be in 6 on 60. Not a lot there at normal cruising speeds and RPMs. But when you get the RPMs up to 6,000, it's got all the power you want. It's just a very different experience than a Challenger or a Road Glide. And, you know, when you're in fourth gear, 6,000 RPMs, and then you shift into fifth, all that power is readily available. So the higher up you're shifting in the rev range, the better the experience in terms of power and torque in the next gear up. And because it's a very torquey, oh, that was a terrible turn. You know, it's a very torquey bike at higher RPMs. You pop down into second gear around a sharp turn. You immediately start slowing down, which I love. I think that is something I need to have on a motorcycle. I hate having to jam on the brakes. Just not a big fan of that. It's beautiful out here. Now, as for the looks of the bike, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't like adventure bikes. I think they look like big overgrown dirt bikes. I'm not really, much of a fan of them, but I love the way the Pan America looks. It's different, it's unique. I know there are some strong feelings about the front end of the bike. I think it looks badass. If for no other reason than it looks totally different than all the others. And I dig that. Well, that is our test ride for Harley-Davidson's Pan America Special. I'm a big fan of the bike. It's extremely fast and responsive and powerful and everything you'd want in any motorcycle. I think it looks unique, it looks badass. I love that. And I'm really impressed with the bike. I think, they have it set up the way that they're comfortable having it set up. You can program the suspension for different experiences. Kickstand's a little awkward.